Coming up next on Arizona Horizon, we'll talk about efforts to help folks deal with the current heat wave. Also tonight, water levels in Lake Mead turning out lower than predicted. And we'll hear about an encouraging new cancer drug that helps the immune system fight a variety of tumors. Those stories next on Arizona Horizon.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to Arizona Horizon. I'm Ted Simons. A blow for so-called dreamers today. The Arizona Court of Appeals ruled that young immigrants granted deferred deportation status are not eligible for lower in-state college tuition in Arizona. The court ruled that a judge's 2015 decision that dreamers were considered legally present in the U.S. and therefore qualify for state benefits was incorrect. The court instead ruled that the DACA program did not confer that status and that federal immigration law allows each state to decide on optional benefits for DACA recipients. In Arizona, that means no in-state tuition. The ruling impacts several hundred DACA college students in the state. Governor Doug Ducey today named Karen Taylor Robson to the State Board of Regents. Robson fills a spot vacated by Chairman Greg Patterson, who resigned following controversial comments he made to a state lawmaker, comments that denigrated the lawmaker's clothing and were secretly recorded by Patterson and shared with others. In his resignation letter, Patterson says he didn't want to become a distraction to the state university's governing board. And today's excessive heat prompted American Airlines to delay 7 regional flights and cancel 43 others. Airline says it doesn't expect any issues tomorrow, but will reevaluate as needed. Joining us now to talk more about how to handle this current heat wave is Michael Winters, Emergency Services Planner for the Maricopa County Emergency Management Department, and Dr. Bob England, Director of the Maricopa County Department of Health. Good to have you both here. Thanks for coming on in. 109, I think we topped that 119 today. Basic tips when it's 119 degrees outside.
Try and stay as cool as you can. Stay inside in the air conditioning. If you have to be outside early in the morning or later in the evening, but try to avoid that midday heat as much as possible.
And when it comes to water, drink before, during, and especially after. I think people forget that, you know, the before and the after, but that after is really important.
Absolutely. You got to stay hydrated. You know, anytime you start feeling thirsty, you're already in the stages of dehydration. So we're urging people to drink as much water as possible, and especially when you get done working outside or being outside, get that liquid inside you, and it'll make you feel better.
Watch out for the sugar, the caffeine, and the alcohol too,
Absolutely.
Right?
Water's the best thing for you, or maybe even some sports drinks like Gatorade.
Yeah, you know, Dr. Bob, sometimes I like to drink really cold water after strenuous activity in really hot weather. That may not be the best thing.
The key is just to get enough fluids. Cold or room temp, doesn't matter that much. So if you like it a lot more, drinking cold water is okay.
But I'd read that that could cause stomach cramps. The very cold water immediately after.
Sure, but much better to have that than
to
not get the water inside you. That's the important thing.
What about salt tablets? What is that all about?
Don't really use salt tablets unless you're being instructed to do so by a medical professional. A little bit of extra salt is fine. You're losing salt while you're sweating. Sports drinks have that in it as well. But you can't just drink sports drinks. You won't get enough fluid if you mix it up. If you're going to use a little bit of those sports drinks, and use the sugar-free if you can to cut down on that amount of sugar.
I was going to say, you want to watch out for sugar, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, you mentioned outdoors. Take frequent breaks. Work early in the morning. Sunscreen. What's the best sunscreen?
Sunscreen, anything 15 and above is good. The main thing is to keep that sun off your head. Wear a hat. Make sure you wear light clothing that kind of breathes with you. Make sure you check on, make sure the children are wearing the right things too. And also don't forget about pets too. We get them outside there, and it's hot.
What about visors? I mean, visors, you know, for those of us who still have hair, I mean, the hair protects but you say make sure you protect the head.
I think protecting the head's really important there, because you lose a lot of your body heat through your head. So anything you can keep the sun off of it there, because we've all gotten sunburn on our forehead or our top of our head, and it's pretty painful.
Agree with that?
Yeah, the one thing I want to really emphasize that he mentioned was taking frequent breaks. The key is for the body to be able to recover. We can all do okay outside in the heat for a while, but you need your body to recover. So don't push it. Take breaks until you feel back to normal.
Describe a break.
Anything where you feel like your body is feeling fine. So if you're working outside in the yard, really, on a day like this, that frequent means like every 15 minutes or so would be a good idea to get inside, cool off. One of the biggest problems we have with heat-related injury is actually not so much how hot it is at the high of the day, as much as how hot it is for the low at night, because folks who can't get into air conditioning and truly cool off well in the evening, they depend on that low getting down so that their body can recover.
I think we have a graphic regarding heat stroke and just heat distress and these sorts of things. I mean, heat exhaustion, heat stroke. It seems as though if your heart is pounding, if you're gasping for breath, you better watch yourself.
You need to know the signs and symptoms of heat emergencies. It's really important.
The key thing there to know when you're really in trouble is when you're not sweating, your skin becomes hotter to the touch, you may become confused. That's heat stroke. That's an emergency. So do all the common sense things to cool yourself off as fast as you can that you would with heat exhaustion, but also do it after you've called 911, because that's a big deal.
Yes. How quickly does heat exhaustion become heat stroke?
It depends on the individual, all over the place. But if heat exhaustion is a nice warning sign,
yes,
and it can be very short, it can be minutes before you're in serious trouble. So if you're dizzy, you're feeling cramps coming on, you feel your heart rate beginning to go up, but you're sweating still,
yes,
that's heat exhaustion. That means go take a cold shower, get cool as quick as you can. When your body stops sweating, you lose control over your body's ability to lose heat. That's a grade A emergency. That's 911 as well. And then cool yourself off while you're waiting for for help to arrive.
You mentioned wearing hats. I know umbrellas outdoors as well. Clothing, lightweight clothing. Describe something. And sometimes I wonder if it's better just to have a long, like if, let's say I'm golfing and I wear long golf pants. They're light. They let the air flow through, that kind of thing, as opposed to shorts where the sun is just beating down on your skin.
Certainly, and it's up to the individual, but the least amount of clothing in the hot part of the day is probably a good thing to let your body breathe, to get some of that cooling as we sweat, with a little bit of a breeze, has that evaporative cooler effect, which is a good thing, and it'll help you stay a little bit cooler.
Light-colored, loose-fitting, the best.
Absolutely.
And you got to, when you have infants outside, you got to watch for little legs and little feet and things like that.
Exactly. Again, hats really important for the infants and for the children.
What about pets?
Don't forget how hot the pavement can get and the ground can get. So pets have bare feet going down on that ground. So be aware, if it's too hot for you to walk on it, it's probably too hot for your dog to walk on.
And I understand as well, if it's hot for your hand, when you put your hand down there when it's hot, that means it's hot. That means,
right.
It happens quickly, doesn't it?
Common sense here.
Yes.
And speaking of pets and little kids, please, 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 not even for a minute or two, don't leave your kids in a car. It gets so hot so fast, and it's just so tragic.
75% of temperature increase within 5 minutes, 90% of temperature increase in the first 15 minutes in a car.
Absolutely.
And does cracking the windows help at all?
It may help a little bit, especially if there's a little bit of a breeze outside, but let's face it, it just gets hot. It's like an oven in there.
Don't leave them alone.
Oh, no. I'm not saying you leave them alone with the window cracked, but I'm just saying just in general to get back in the car after you're shopping or something,
Of course. Common sense. Everybody, if you roll down the windows, it helps some. But it gets hot.
Not much. And large cars heat just as fast as smaller cars, I would imagine.
Well, and the more windows you have in them, the hotter it's going to be.
There you go. All right. Good advice, good information. Good to have you both here. Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
This is Arizona Horizon. Coming up, why water levels at Lake Mead are not as high as forecast.
Your favorite PBS shows, ready to watch when you are. Anytime, any place. Find more ways to explore than ever before.
Strong rains this past winter and spring were expected to lead to higher water levels in Lake Powell and Lake Mead, but those forecasts have fallen short, and the Bureau of Reclamation is now predicting the Colorado River water releases into Lake Mead will be a lot less than predicted even just a month ago, which could mean a reduction of water delivery to some users in our state. Producer Holly Bernstein outlines the issue.
The Colorado River runs alongside Parker, Arizona. Many depend on the river for tourism and business, and the Colorado River Indian tribes rely on it for their primary economic activity, agriculture.
It started off with our canals being built years ago into watering our farms.
But there's less water in the river due to an extended drought lasting for close to 17 years.
If you went up to Lake Mead, you could see that line that shows where it used to be and where it's now.
Today, the water level stands at 1081 feet. If water elevation drops below 1075, 1050, or 1025 feet, the water deliveries to Arizona and Nevada are reduced at each step. Bureau of Reclamation spokesperson Rose Davis says there's a chance of shortage in the next couple years.
Our current predictions based on our August 24-month study, which kind of sets out the water deliveries for the following year, says that in 2019 we've got about a 33% chance of shortage in the lower basin.
The Colorado River Indian tribes have the oldest water rights on the river, and they would be one of the last to lose access. But the tribe proactively joined a pilot program to reduce their water use.
We fallow some of our lands. Instead of farming on those lands, that water that would have gone there would go back into Lake Mead.
The river is a big part of the Colorado River Indian tribes' culture, and Moses said they've been educating tribal members about what's happening.
It's a little disturbing to people when you find out, when they say, oh, you're not going to farm there, because we've been farming for so long, you know, and then we say, oh, we're not going to farm there. Why not?
States that use Colorado River water have been negotiating to prepare a plan to conserve water in Lake Mead. Here with more on all of this is Tom Bushatsky, Director of the Arizona Department of Water Resources. Good to see you again. Thanks for being here.
You too. Thanks for the invite.
The runoff from the Rockies is less than expected. What's up with that?
So we had good snowpack throughout the winter, but it got drier and warmer than normal. And so instead of the water from the snow making it into the river and into Lake Powell, it evaporated into the air.
Oh my goodness.
We lost that water.
So early spring, warm and dry, overall spring, and all that beautiful rain and snow that we thought was just going to come right down to the Colorado, lots of it's not making it, huh?
That's correct. I mean, we still had a decent year, but not as good as we had hoped. And it has resulted in some projections of the future and future projections of Lake Mead being not so positive as we had hoped.
Let's talk about the forecast, the projections, what you thought was going to happen, and now what you're seeing happening.
So the Bureau of Reclamation does a study every month, the 24-month study. It projects the elevations of Lake Mead on January 1 of the following year. Between the May projection and the June projection, we are still in good shape for January 1 of 2018, but for January 1 of 2019, the projection for Lake Mead elevation went down by 20 feet. So we are projecting to be only 1.5 feet above the shortage trigger in January 1, 2019. The official decision is made in the month of August for the following year.
Okay, so coming up in a couple of months, the decision will be made for 2018?
Correct.
And then August of 2018, you'll find out whether or not, what happens if that trigger is hit? What happens if the water level in Mead just isn't high enough?
If it falls below the trigger, Arizona loses about 11% of its Colorado River entitlement, about 320,000 acre feet out of 2.8 million. Water banking and replenishment of groundwater will be cut, and agricultural water users who have their water delivered by the Central Arizona Project, Maricopa Pinal, and some in Pima County will lose about half of their Colorado River water supply.
Half of their Colorado River supply for most agricultural interests in the state. What does that mean?
So that again is just for that area of the state. There's substantial agriculture in the Yuma area who have higher priority water rights, so they're not going to lose any of their water supply.
Wow.
When that reduction hits us.
So in terms of the overall impact on Arizona's CAP allotment, if the trigger is hit, farming, agriculture first. What about homeowners? What about residents?
So that's quite a bit a ways down the line. We pretty much at this point need to get into the second level of shortage. The lake would have to go down by another 25 feet for that to happen. There's a low probability of that happening in any time over the next 5 years. But hydrology is very variable, as we've seen by the projections we talked about earlier. The other thing we've been doing that's really important is we've been conserving water in Lake Mead. We heard the Colorado Indian Tribes representative talking about that. We've got about 8.5 feet of water in Lake Mead conserved between Arizona, California, Nevada, and the Republic of Mexico. That's actually offset shortage declarations in 2016, 2017, and will help with that 2018. We can do more of that. We've got about 350,000 acre feet of conservation we're doing in 2017, and we will always attempt to do more of that to control our own destiny as much as possible. You mentioned variability of all this. It sounds almost volatile as well. I mean, projecting 1-2 years out, why is that? Can you do that anymore with what seems like just a very volatile weather pattern of late? So it can be done. The result in reliability of those projections varies, but so those projections about what's going to happen in 2019, there's like a 31% probability that we'll have a shortage. So 69% that we won't, if you look at it from that perspective. About the same for 2020. So what it really does is helps us plan for the future. It shows the importance of us doing these conservation programs, keeping water in Lake Mead, again, and really controlling our own destiny in a way that we can offset that possibility of the shortage occurring in the first place. Last question, how big a surprise was this? I seem to recall there was talk about water releases out of Lake Mead, and the whole night, everything was coming up roses, and then this hit. Bit of a surprise. So we started seeing it go down a little bit in April, but it really wasn't that much of a surprise. We saw a huge water year in 2011, followed by the 2 driest years out of a 106-year historic record in 2012 and 2013. So we've seen this before. We know that volatility occurs. And again, we have these programs in place to try to deal with that variability and, again, do what we can to conserve water in the lake, keep the lake above 1075, the trigger elevation for shortage for as long as we can. All right. Good information. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you. Pembrolizumab is a new cancer drug that's proving to be extremely effective in getting the body's immune system to destroy tumors in patients with a certain genetic profile. Here to talk about this encouraging new drug is Dr. Panos Savvides, a head and neck specialist at the U of A's Cancer Center at St. Joseph's Hospital. Welcome to Arizona Horizon.
Thank you for inviting me.
Good to have Pembrolizumab. What is this?
Well, it is a drug in a new class of treatment that we have for our patients with certain cancer diagnoses. What's exciting in the report that you referred to is that now we are able to bring together information from precision medicine, so patients who have a specific biomarker, irrespective of their primary tumor, can get significant benefit when they're treated with this medication.
Now, this is, for the layman's purposes here, make it simple for me. How does it work?
So in this particular indication, it works in the group of patients who basically they have a defect in the way that they are able to repair damage in their DNA. So we have an easy biomarker that we can detect who are these patients where this mechanism has been damaged. And these are the ones that, surprisingly in a way, they get a lot of benefit when they're treated with this medication, which basically release the brakes from their immune system so they can attack cancer cells.
It sounds like it unmasks, like the cancer cells kind of know how to hide from the immune system in a variety of ways. Correct me if I'm wrong. It sounds like this drug basically says, you're not invisible anymore. I found you. The immune system's going to get you.
Correct. One of the ways that the cancer cells try to evade that surveillance from our immune system is by basically expressing a protein that does not allow the lymphocytes to detect and eliminate them. So it's a very fascinating mechanism, but the more fascinating is that now we have the knowledge and we have the medications that we can overcome this mechanism, and tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of our patients basically have benefited from that treatment already.
Now the tumors shrink and they stabilize instead of growing? Is that the idea here?
All of the above. So it's not only, obviously, its benefit if we can stabilize the tumor, is more beneficial if we can shrink the tumor, and it's also even more important, and this is our goal, to eliminate the tumor. And we have seen this elimination of the tumor in a small but significant proportion of our patients. And also the thing that with this treatment, the immunotherapy, which is a little bit different than the traditional chemotherapy, we see a lot of responses that they last for a prolonged period of time. And this is really exciting.
Do they last for a prolonged period of time provided you continue taking the drug? Or can you, I mean, once the cancer's gone, can you get off the drug?
Well, we don't know the answer. We know that for a subgroup of our patients who have been on this drug and for various reasons we had to stop, and then the tumor came back, we were able to get a new response after they were re-exposed. We also have a significant number of patients who got their treatment, completed their treatment, and although they stopped the treatment, the tumor did not come back.
Wow. The genetic profile now, what kinds of cancers are most commonly linked to this genetic profile?
So most of the cancers that have been treated in that setting are cancer of the gastrointestinal tract. But in the trial that you refer to, there were patients that had 14 different other cancer types that were included in the study, and a lot of them benefit from that. So this is, if you want, this is cancer agnostic approach. Once you have the defect, it doesn't really matter if you have a specific cancer. It's just if the mechanism, if the way of repairing your DNA has been damaged, then you're a good candidate for that treatment.
Are you a good candidate for that treatment if you have the genetic defect, but you do not have cancer? Should you be taking this drug?
Well, not at this point. I think that, because this is a new class of drugs that we have been administering to our patients over the last few years, we have started with our patients who did not have other good options. As we now have seen that they're really important and a lot of our patients get benefit, we move this treatment earlier and earlier on in their disease journey. So we're not there yet at the point where we can use it at a much earlier, but these are questions that are, at this point, research questions.
Yes, results have been described as striking. The FDA's already approved. Is it unusual for the FDA to approve it that quickly?
This is correct, because of how impressive. First of all, keep in mind that this was a small trial relative to other trials that we have. This was less than 100 patients, and the results were so striking that basically went on a fast-track approval for that indication. It's available to a significant number of our cancer patients.
And available now?
Correct.
Okay, it's a little expensive here, $156,000 a year, not cheap.
That's true.
Yes, and even the test is like $300 to $500, $600, correct?
Correct.
Okay, Not will those prices be coming down. Will there be other genetic kind of specified drugs coming in the pipeline that do the same thing that this does, only for a different genetic profile?
So yes, in fact, the same medication that we're talking about has multiple other indications in specific cancer types. This is the first one that does not depend on the underlying cancer diagnosis. But I can assure you that there is numerous other indications that are coming down the road and will be available to include more patients who will benefit from that treatment. And also, down the road, we're going to have combinations of molecules that basically will expand the scope of patients who benefit from this treatment. It's a really exciting time.
I was going to say, it sounds like after all the years of fighting cancer, immunotherapy is really big.
Yes. It's really exciting because finally, after decades of intense research, now immunotherapy is coming of age. And now we're saying that, we have 4 modalities to treat cancer. We have surgery, we have radiation oncology and radiation treatments, we have chemotherapy, and now immunotherapy is coming at certain central stage.
Well, good news, encouraging news. Thanks for the news. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Wednesday on Arizona Horizon, meet the head coach and a star player from ASU's National Championship women's golf team and hear about the Kino Border Initiative, an organization started by a Jesuit priest to help those deported near the border. That's it for now. I'm Ted Simons. Thanks for joining us. You have a great evening.
Arizona Horizon is made possible by contributions from the Friends of Arizona PBS, members of your PBS station. Thank you.